Yo, what's going on, y'all? 805 Just here, Just 805. My birth certificate says Ventura, California on it. Ventura County, California, the 805. That's where I was born. That's where I'm from. I want to give a shout out to the entire Central Coast, everybody up and along the Pacific Coast Highway. The real Capri Sun is here. Let's get right into it. Super Bowl weekend. Football, y'all. The last professional, the last NFL football game of the entire season, the entire year is this weekend. Very excited. I always enjoy Super Bowl weekend. Always enjoy the hype around the Super Bowl, especially when it's two good teams. Y'all know me. Not a big fan of Patrick Mahomes. That's clear, right? Not a big fan of Kansas City. That's clear. If you don't know the history on that, go back and watch my videos from before. But that's been clear for a while now. Do I think this is a great matchup? Yes. Have we seen it before? Yes. Philly versus Kansas City. It's Black History Month, so it's always great to see two starting black quarterbacks duel against each other in the Super Bowl. So that'll be cool to see. But I'm rooting for, if you're curious, no drum roll, no hesitation here. I am rooting for Philly. I'm rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles. I would like to see Jalen Hurts win a Super Bowl and get a ring. Who else? I like the coach for Philly, Sirianni. I think he has great energy, and he seems to be consistent. What was it, just 2-3 years ago we had this same matchup, Philly versus Kansas City. Jalen Hurts, not Jalen Hurts, but Mahomes and Travis Kelce and all those guys. So I think it's going to be a great game. I will say, even though I'm rooting for Philly, I'm rooting for Philadelphia. I want to see them win and take a Super Bowl back to PA. I do think Kansas City's going to win again. I do think I'm taking my emotions out of it. I'm taking my bias out of it, even though I don't want them to win. Let me make that clear. I do not want Kansas City. I do not want them to win another Super Bowl this year, especially. But I think they will. When I take the emotions out of it, when I take my desire out of it, they're consistent, man. They're consistent. They got a great coach, legendary future Hall of Fame coach. They got a most likely future Hall of Fame quarterback in Pat Mahomes. Even Kelsey is probably a future Hall of Fame tight end. And they have a lot of good pieces. So I do think that Philly, on the other hand, has a lot of great matchup problems for Kansas City. But I just think Kansas City's been here so many times. They've won multiple Super Bowls in the last, 5 to 7 years or whatever. So they're just kind of built for it at this point, So I will not and would not be surprised if KC wins on Sunday. I don't want them to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Outside of the game, obviously rooting for Philly and the Eagles. Looking forward to the halftime show. The West Coast will be representing heavily down there in NOLA in New Orleans, in Louisiana. Kendrick Lamar representing Compton, California, representing LA County, representing the West Coast, the state of California, the Golden State. I look forward to that. I remember when Kendrick had a segment or a portion of the Super Bowl halftime show. I don't know if that was 2 or 3 years ago now, maybe longer. I'm getting old, y'all. But he came out when Dr. Dre was performing during the Super Bowl halftime show, and he kind of had that ensemble performance where he brought out, I think, who did he bring out? Snoop and Eminem and I think 50 Cent. I don't know who else, but I know Kendrick had a portion of that performance as well. So it's going to be interesting to see Kendrick have the entire Super Bowl halftime show. I heard a stat the other day that actually kind of blew me away. I was a little surprised by it. I think they said this is the first time a rapper or, hip-hop artist, however they want to label it, or put the genre on it. This is the first time that they've done the Super Bowl halftime show solo, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I heard, and it kind of blew me away. That's why I remember it, because I know we've seen rap artists and rap performances in the halftime show, but they've always been in addition to somebody else. So they've been with a singer, or they with a band or something like that. But this is, if I'm not mistaken, if I heard correctly and remember correctly, this is the first time a rapper is doing the halftime show, and it's just them. It's just the rapper. It's not, any. They're not, the sideshow. They're not supporting another artist. The rapper is the main performer. They're the star for this halftime show for this Super Bowl. So I look forward to that. I'm interested to see how that plays, and what songs are chosen, and what music they choose to do. Either way, I think Kendrick is going to put on a pretty dynamic show, and represent hopefully the West Coast well, and Southern California and whatnot, all of us down here. So that's what I got for the Super Bowl. I got most likely Kansas City winning, hoping Philly wins, rooting for Philly, and then I think the halftime show will be pretty good, pretty cool. Obviously, we'll recap it. What is that Monday? Yeah, the Monday after the Super Bowl, most likely. So I look forward to that. I'm curious to know who y'all are rooting for, who you think will win the Super Bowl, your game predictions, and all that good stuff. Feel free to comment that below. And I say this all the time. As always, y'all, I appreciate and want to thank everybody subscribed to the channel. Why? Because you guys get the notifications. Your phone goes off when I post a video, or, you get a little something that shows in YouTube that, I put something new up. So I appreciate y'all. And for anybody not subscribed, hey, I understand. That's your choice. And maybe one day you will join the party. You'll join the fun that we have here, because we have a good time here. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. And as always, peace.